And when you guys are having so much success in the passing game and they start inviting you to hand the ball off to Taj, do you consider that a win?
Yeah, for sure. Anytime we can get a light box with 28 carrying the ball, makes everyone's life easier. And so when they, stop dropping 8, the pass game starts to work. It's really easy just to, get back to the basics of inside zone, counter, all that stuff that we're good at, and get 28 rolling.
How do you feel about kind of the balance between passing and running? Because I know that's kind of a sticking point from last year. You had to run too much, trying to work in passing more. How do you feel about the balance?
Yeah, I think the balance is really well. We do a lot of play action too this year. The play action game is going to open up a lot of passes downfield just because we have such a good running back in the backfield, and also Cam Dickey and Jacoby too. The play action pass and the way we balance the run pass game. I think that's going to be really beneficial throughout the rest of the Big 12 play.
Did you get kind of folded up on one of those passes?
Yeah, the last play I did. I was clean really the whole game until that very last play. Got rolled up on the neck a little bit. Woke up next morning a little crick in the neck, but it's all right.
Speaking of the play action, it seems like y'all. Fair to say, are y'all doing it more this year than?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit more of a RPO play action. We got so many talented guys outside, and that can run routes too. So there's a lot of guys that are in conflict that are going to play zone. If you're in the zone, there's always a guy that's going to trigger if it's run or pass. And so just to read that guy and just to really take advantage of the opportunities we get of where that boundary player is, wherever he's triggering at, what RPOs can we run behind him. That's for sure helping us a lot in the offense.
Behren, it seems like you're having a great relationship with all these transfers. They're kind of your main targets right now. What went into the offseason to, I guess, build that chemistry with them?
Yeah, how the spring was. It was pretty slow, just trying to get back with the shoulder. But when I was doing PT back in the spring and the summer, I had to do, X amount of throws Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so, those guys were the guys catching. And so I was throwing every day of the week. And so I think that's the chemistry that we built back in the spring and the summer is really, where we're at now. It's not, we jumped in the season and I had to, learn how they're running routes. I've known how they, run each and every route all the way back in the spring. So, I think it's been really beneficial just to, go through the spring and the summer of just, understanding, my shoulder's healthy and, we're going to be good by when season comes.
Behren, you've had some success against these odd stack, 3 high teams recently in the last couple of weeks. I guess what changes in the pass game there? What do you think has driven that success offensively?
Yeah, going back again to our play action, the 3 high safeties, they're triggering with, they only have a 5-man box. And so, we got 5 guys blocking 5. And so, on paper, we should be really good, but they're going to start filling in those holes, when we start handing the ball off to Taj. So, again, leaning back on our play action, our quick game too, with the 3 high safety stuff that they do. We should be able to attack, the short yard, not get tired of taking the easy throws. And then, at the end of the day, just when the play action comes, be able to, hold up front and to get those routes ran.
How do you think you played over the weekend? I know there are a handful of passes that were batted down as well. What can you do to just hand it off there instead of?
Yeah, it kind of goes back, they're a good team too. It's not like we're playing guys that are just out there playing football. So we saw a good team. Obviously they're gonna get some good plays too. But just reverting back to what we do throughout the week. Our scout team does a great job of giving us a great look throughout the whole week. Those young guys that we have are going to be really talented players. That's the time they get to develop too. I think that we're going to see good defenses every week, and it's not going to be a perfect game every time. I'm just glad we came out with a win.
I know you like to play tempo, but has it been how has it been for you as a quarterback, slowing things down like you guys did against Arizona State?
Yeah, I think it's really good. We're not tempoing all the time, so when we do tempo, it kind of catches people on their heels. We're also a very well-conditioned team. At practice, we run our tempo drill every day, and so we're well-conditioned, and we'll run it when we need to. But sometimes slowing the game down and just regrouping and understanding, we're going to run this play. This play's going to work. After that, we might tempo you, and then we might slow back down. I think to have that in your back pocket, it's always key to have for sure.
What are your thoughts on Cincinnati?
I think they're a really, really well coached football team. They got a lot of guys that have, NFL grades already. They're very, very good up front. Number 97 is a good ball player. They got a lot of guys that, that can play ball. And so, I think it's just, coming back to, the Jones at night. It's going to be really fun. Atmosphere is going to be awesome. We just got to revert, what we do best, not to do too much out of our shoes and just do what we do best.
And can you talk about playing at the Jones? I mean, now under McGuire, the team's 13-3.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, the Jones at night gets freaky, and a lot of people know that. And so, I know the Jones is going to be rocking with the new South End Zone too. Big 12 first night game. It's going to be rocking.
Obviously, the student section this past game was once again chanting, "We want Micah." What's kind of been the assessment as far as getting him more into the rotation after that one catch that nearly went for a touchdown?
Yeah, I think, we have such a good athletic receiver room. There's so many guys that we can get the ball to. We have packages with Micah. He's a great player. He's a young player. It's going to take some time to develop and learn. College football isn't like high school, and I had to learn that too. Took me some time to get on the field too. But he's a great kid. He understands. He's not here to try to do everything for himself. He's cared about the win. And I told him, I was like, man, we're so close, man. And he was just like, hey, man, we scored that possession. That's all that matters. And so, he's really mature for how old he is.
In the Wildcat package with Jalen at quarterback, do plays exist that have you as a receiving option in those?
No, not really. Those plays are really just to, pull out an extra defender that, they're not really keen on me, so that, that takes one more person out of the play.
Behren, jumping ahead to next week for a moment, what did y'all think when you saw in Arizona the kickoff times could be 10 p.m. Lubbock time?
Yeah, that's not a big deal for us. We get there the day before, and so our bodies are, reacted to, what's going on. But, the hotel, we have a good time. The night before watching a movie, we'll get to sleep in, obviously. Go through a walkthrough, get some more downtime to watch some college football that day. Kind of feels like a normal Saturday, and then, once about 2-3 o'clock, it starts rolling around, it's time to lock back in. And, the guys, we played on the road a lot of times, and we played at night too. So, we're not afraid to, play at 10 o'clock. We play at 3 in the morning. All we care. So we're ready to go.
Anything else for Behren? All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Behren.